Kids that have learning disabilities are taught to think they're not smart. Many children with learning disabilities, or what I prefer to call neurodiverse learners, have gifts and talents that aren't recognized in most of today's schools. Getting good grades isn't a sign of intelligence. It's a sign that children can function within a system or a box that was designed hundreds of years ago. My name is Kyle Feingold, and I'm co-founder of Guiding Bright Minds. Guiding Bright Minds is where parents go to find information on learning differences, explore their children's superpowers, and connect with screened and trusted professionals in schools who serve our amazing kids. Look, I grew up with dyslexia that was diagnosed in the 5th grade and undiagnosed ADHD. And for the last 17 years, I've been working with neurodiverse learners and students. Today, we're going to look at why schools send signals to neurodiverse learners that they're not smart. Neurodiverse learners are given a label with a learning disability because they have gifts and talents and strengths that aren't accounted for in most schools. These children are being stifled and they feel shamed on a daily basis. Research shows that 1 in 5 students in the US are diagnosed with learning and attention issues, including ADHD and dyslexia. That doesn't include autism and other neurodiverse learners that can count up for up to 10% of our population. In addition, there's a significant population of students who haven't been diagnosed with a learning disability or neurodiversity and are simply out-of-the-box learners and thinkers. Look, out-of-the-box or neurodiverse learners get 10 times more negative feedback at school than kids that fit neatly into the box. These same kids' parents often get 10 times more calls and emails from school with negative feedback about their child. Look, when you have a neurodiverse brain and you're labeled with a disability, you're shamed. Shamed for things like not doing well on tests, having a more difficult time than a neurotypical student in engaging in content that doesn't mean a thing to you. They might not understand why they have to do busy work and question it. They're probably not able to sit still, or they're told they don't try hard enough over and over again, or that they're not giving a consistent effort. They may not have good handwriting or spelling, and they may not be able to read as fast or accurate as their peers. Chances are they may have a difficult time getting started on something and even completing it. They may lose materials. They may have missing assignments, late assignments. They might not get good grades. They have a difficult time making or keeping friends, and the list goes on. But ultimately, neurodiverse learners feel shamed at school, and many times a continuation, they feel shamed at home for not complying or fitting within a system that simply doesn't fit them. Look, there's so many amazing teachers that try and understand and relate to our learners, and they do the best they can to help these learners fit in the box better. But ultimately, this system crushes our kids' confidence and self-esteem. Look, we're raising over 20% of our population and putting them through 12 years of school. That's if they don't drop out before they graduate, only to program these kids that they're not smart, and in many cases, feel stupid. Did you know that 48% of the people incarcerated or in prison have been diagnosed with dyslexia? Look, this incredible population of neurodiverse learners and thinkers question what their strengths are and whether they can be successful. Neurodiverse brains are wired differently. Many of these amazing brains that these kids have big picture ideas. They have wild creativity, such that we can't even imagine. They have the ability to solve problems that others can't see. And when they're interested and passionate about something, let me tell you, they can do it better than almost anybody. So I want you to step back and imagine with me, what would be the outcome if we recognize these incredible learners and thinkers for their strengths, their talents, and their superpowers? Look, I believe these children, soon to be adults, can be our next generation of contributors, change makers, and leaders that our society desperately needs. Recently, there was 300 millionaires surveyed, and 40% of them have been diagnosed with dyslexia. Did you know that over 30% of the entrepreneurs in the United States have dyslexia or ADHD? And some of the most successful people in the world are out-of-the-box learners and thinkers. As a matter of fact, 3 of the 6 sharks, including Damon, Barbara, and Kevin, have dyslexia, and a couple have ADHD. Then there's people like Michael Phelps, Justin Timberlake, Leonardo da Vinci, and one of my favorites, Sir Richard Branson, owner of Virgin Galactic, who didn't finish high school. In fact, there's many successful people who dropped out of high school because they didn't feel they could be successful in an environment where they were only recognized for what they couldn't do. There's people like David Karp, founder of Tumblr, the world's most used blogging platform, and Simon Cowell, Jay-Z, Drew Barrymore. Look, when you listen to those people and many others talk about their experience in school, their stories are horrifying to listen to and even more horrifying to live through. Today, academic struggles is the primary cause of dropout. I think I mentioned this, but 48% of the people in prison have been diagnosed with dyslexia. That's confounding. Look, as you can see, there's mounting evidence that traditional education does not lead to success in life. There's no reason why diverse children or neurodiverse learners of today or in the future need to have traumatic school experiences that tear them down in order to later experience, hopefully, some morsel of success. But yet we have an education system that's built for a specific kind of learner. So look, it's time to recognize neurodiverse learners and thinkers for their strengths, not for the need of our society to fit them in a box that they simply don't fit in. Look, imagine if they didn't get torn down, what would be possible? Look, we need to stop seeing these learners for what they can do, but what they can do. Neurodiverse learners have the simple right to feel valued just like the rest of our society. Did you know there's a record 5.6% of US adults that identify as LGBTQ? The acceptance of the LGBTQ community is rapidly growing and their rights in society are rapidly expanding. But somehow we're not doing the same thing at nearly the same pace for neurodiverse learners and thinkers. So look, let's stop trying to fix these kids and fix the root of the problem. If the pandemic of 2020 has taught us anything, it's taught us that we can adapt and change our education system. So imagine with me a world where schools had a focus on educating students to thrive in real-world skills, exploring and utilizing their strengths, and creating competencies for college, the workforce, trades, and entrepreneurship. Basically educating in a way that fits all kids and teenagers, not the other way around. I ask you today, how can we design an education system? And how can you be a part of creating change so that over 20% of our population can stop being considered part of the problem, but foster it in a way that they're part of the solution, part of the change that our school system and our country needs today? Look, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to check out my vlog on executive functioning, how to relate to your out-of-the-box learner. And if you like this video, please share it far and wide. And thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful day.